Hey everyone, just trying to figure out some technical stuff here. I've tried going live a couple times for my business page and it doesn't seem to be working. So I am trying to get Jessica on here, who's our guest for today. And what the intention is for this particular live is to do free live coaching. So I would like to do them on Fridays. Hopefully that will work out on a weekly basis. If not, I'm open to opening it up to Thursdays if that works better for some people who want to be guests. But the coaching is free. I'd like to try to keep it towards like 10 to 15 minutes because I know everyone is busy and I want people to benefit from these. So really what we're going to be doing, okay, I have a few people watching. So let's see if Jessica's on here. I don't see her yet. There she is. There she is.
Yay! It worked.
I know. It's crazy. Let me see if I can share. I don't know if I can share to my page.
I might try that too. Hi, Barb.
I don't know how to do that. I have to do that afterwards. But anyways, so I was just explaining to the group what the intention is here. So I'd like to keep them to about 10 to 15 minutes because I know everyone is busy and I want these to benefit everyone. Can you hear me okay?
I can, but I lost my screen. I can't see
you. But otherwise, keeping it short, like 10 to 15 minutes. These will be free. And I'd like to offer them on Fridays for people that are available. If not, I can switch to Thursdays, but I like for it to be consistent for people. But anyways, so here's Jessica. And she's my first little guinea pig on my free life coaching calls.
I love it.
And Jessica and I both went to a retreat back in April. And that's how we met and started following each other. So we've been sort of following and supporting each other ever since. And it's been great. So I'm excited to have you.
Yay.
And see how I can support you.
Yes, I love it.
So what's going on?
We're having a good day here, building a play set.
That's good.
So how are we working this? What do you want to know? What are we going to dive into?
I think what's on your mind, what are you struggling with right now? What can you use support with?
Right now, I am also a coach myself and working toward building a business. And I'm trying to work through some of my own personal issues that I think keep me from being able to build it in the way I want to. And one of the things I've found just in general in my life that I struggle with is asking for support. I have a really hard time basically getting out of my own way, tripping over my own feet, trying to do all the things all the time. And, you end up with burnout and you end up doing nothing very well at the end of the day. So I'm needing some help and support in learning how to ask for support, I guess.
Mm-hmm. So first of all, I think it's very normal to feel that way and be in that position. So I think the first thing is to really normalize that feeling and know that so many people experience that struggle of not wanting to ask for help and feeling like you have to do it all on your own. So what do you think stops you from asking for support?
I feel like I'm a burden then on other people. And I also have this this little bit of a thing of if I ask for help, that's me admitting that I can't do it.
Okay.
And that feels like a weakness for me.
So do you know anything about masks?
I'm doing a little bit of like shadow work. I don't know if that's similar. Tell me
So
about masks.
some of the
Tell me
masks, that we wear. Like for a long time, I had worn like the achiever mask, where I was just constantly hustling for accomplishing things and achieving things in my life to feel like I was worthy.
Mm.
Perfectionism is another mask. Also like there's like an everything is awesome mask. So these masks that we wear and like everything in my life is perfect, right? Like I don't need you. I can handle everything. And these masks protect us. They're there for a reason. They keep us safe. And they protect us from, being hurt by other people. But it's more of like an external, like an outward protection measure. So does that make sense?
Oh yeah, yeah, several of those. I have
Yeah.
several of those masks.
So my question for you would be is who did you feel like you were a burden to when you were younger?
Um, Maybe it was more that like modeled to me. Like this is how I watched my dad do this. He was the doer for everyone. He would drop everything and go do for other people. And then on the other side of that was my mom, who um, told me no one is going to come in on a white horse and save you. Like literally, those were her words. So I always felt like if it was going to be done, I was the one that had to do it.
Yeah. Yeah. So much of what we learn in our condition to do, like I think parents like try to teach us, responsibility and independence and doing things for yourself, but it sort of creates this barrier that prohibits us from admitting when we need help, right? Um, and so I guess how can you, if you have that story that you have to do everything yourself, like what is a new way, a tool that I just learned is I wish, I will, I am.
Hmm.
So for example, I wish I was able to ask for more help when I need it. I will start asking for help when I need it. And then I am asking for help when I need it. So using simple tools like that to sort of shift these stories that we have and that like we have to take it on all of ourselves,
Hmm.
you
I
know?
love that. Yeah, I love that. I wish, I will, I am. I like it.
Yeah, it's real simple and I like it too. Um, I think it's an easy way to shift a story. Do you think that part of you feels selfish for asking for help?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. I can sense that because for a long time I felt selfish asking for what I needed. And I always served everyone else. It's another mask, people pleaser, you
Hmm.
know? Um, I think the first step is you have the first step down awareness. That's the most important thing that you need to have in order to move forward and transform. So, how can you notice when you're feeling like you need help? Like, what are some of the things that come up for you when you know that you need help?
Anxiety for sure. I get really like a short fuse when I've taken on too much.
Yeah. So, what do you do when you feel anxiety?
That's probably when I end up, blowing up. I don't deal with it like I should. I continue on and do all the things, and then I project out.
Okay. Well, that's great awareness that you have that you do that. Not a lot of people know that they project,
It's
but
like after the fact, I'm like, ooh, that wasn't very good.
yeah, it's very common. Sometimes, like, sometimes I think it's inner child stuff too. Like, I'm sensing inner child work as well. So, when we project onto others, it's often like our inner child reaching out saying, like, I need you to pay attention to me.
Mm.
Um, so, I would invite you in those moments to just stop, like, and give yourself a moment, like take a breath. What helped me when I was feeling anxiety, when I first started learning how to deal with it, was just saying it out loud, like, I feel anxiety right now. And it just takes away the power of it, right? It
Mm.
just like releases it. Like even words can release that energy. But just sitting with it for a minute and just asking yourself, what do you need right now? You know?
Like talking to that inner
Yeah,
child.
that part
Yeah.
of you. Like, what do you, this part of me that's feeling anxious right now and feels overwhelmed. Like, what do you need? Like, what can I do to serve you, right? And maybe that's like a 5 minute meditation. Maybe that's like a quick walk. Maybe that's just walking away from whatever you're doing. Um, but if you don't give yourself that space, she's going to start screaming louder,
Yeah.
right? And then you start projecting.
Mm-hmm.
So
I
how
love
does that
that.
feel?
That feels, it feels doable, which is always important, but it also feels like helpful. Like it's not overwhelming. It's not something that's, going to take a lot of time or a big deal, just like 5 seconds. Like, okay, what are you trying to tell me? What is it that we really, and maybe that's the moment, maybe what she needs is help. Maybe that's the moment that I need to speak up and ask for help. Or like you said, just step away. I
Yeah.
like that.
When you feel like you're acting out of control, like I always would say it was like the part of me that would throw like temper tantrums. Like that's how I describe inner child, because that was like literally me. And I'm like, who is this acting out? Like, you know? Um, so that way, like temper tantrums sort of you can feel inside, or like when you're upset at people for not, like, you're not listening to me, like you don't pay enough attention to me, you're not here when I need you to be. Those are the things that our inner child wants from us. So like that is another form of projection, right? Like saying to someone else, like, you are not giving me what I need, right, in this relationship. um and that's how she communicates with us too.
This is making a lot of sense.
Yeah. So really it's just awareness is, so it's always the first step is awareness, right? Once you know you
Yes.
can't unlearn things, that's why what I love so much about this stuff. um and then just taking responsibility for it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's huge. Oh, bugs. Yeah, it's like I know that it's there, but I haven't. That's the piece I haven't done, is taken the responsibility for it and, yeah, making the changes.
Do you feel like you can?
Yeah. Yeah, I think like you said, it's those smallest little things. Um and I think talking to her, I really like that idea.
Yeah. Inner child is complex. Like I've done a couple like lives teaching on it, but it is complex. Um, but if you just keep it as like the part of you, that was wounded when you were
Mm,
younger. And it's the part of you that will continue to control your life until you say like this, stops here. You have to choose to mother yourself. Really. You do.
yeah. Yeah. That makes sense. Like give her the compassion and the space to speak that I would my girls.
Yeah.
Love it.
Awesome.
Yay. That was
Well,
so helpful.
that flew
That's an
by.
amazing 15 minutes.
Oh, thank you. Um, so yeah, I'd love for you to keep me posted on how you're doing with that. And let me know if you need
Absolutely.
other support.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Oh, thanks for
Everybody,
joining me.
hang out here. Come talk to Kristen. And talk to your inner child too.
Oh, I love it. Well, have a great day. It looks beautiful there.
Yes, it's perfect. Start to the weekend.
Awesome.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.